Ever seen a classic car under $2 grand and actually worth saving? From a barn-find Lincoln to a rough-and-ready Jeep, today we're diving into 10 cheap classic project cars that might surprise you. Some run, some don't, but every one of them has real potential hiding under the dust. 1. 1950 Chevrolet 6400 farm truck. Here's a real-deal workhorse straight out of farm country. A 1950 Chevy 6400 truck that's been living its whole life in Colorado. This one's not running, but the sheet metal is in surprisingly solid shape, especially for a truck that's seen over 7 decades of weather. The wood bed has seen better days, but that's an easy fix if you're planning a rat rod or flatbed conversion. It's got a manual transmission, the classic farm truck stance, and just the right mix of patina and promise. No title on this one, bill of sale only, but for $1,500, you're looking at a perfect base for a vintage hauler build or a low-slung shop truck project. 2. 1963 Ford Falcon Ranchero V8. Next up, a project that blurs the line between truck and car, the 1963 Ford Falcon Ranchero. This one's packing a newer 289 V8 and automatic transmission, though it's not running yet. But it does turn over, and most of the hard-to-find pieces are still there. It's a solid Nebraska body with good frame rails and solid floors, just some outer quarter rust to deal with. For under $2 grand, you're looking at a real deal early Ranchero that's straight, complete, and itching to hit the road again. One of those builds where a weekend in the garage could change everything. 3. 1968 Cadillac Sedan DeVille. You want big, bold, and American? Here's your ticket, a 1968 Cadillac Sedan DeVille. It's got that 472 cubic inch V8, one of Cadillac's largest, made it to an automatic, and the body lines still ooze presence even after sitting for years. Sure, there's rust around the edges, and it'll need some love to come back to life, but man, for $1,800, you're buying style, chrome, and an unmistakable slice of 1960s American luxury. It's the kind of project that turns heads even when it's half done. '60 MGA Roadster. Here's something completely different, a 1960 MGA Roadster. British, lightweight, and elegant even in its dusty state. The seller says it's complete with a 4-cylinder manual setup and only 40,250 original miles. All the parts are there, and whatever's missing can be ordered from Moss Motors. At $1,800, this is a rare shot at owning a vintage British sports car that's simple to work on, charming to drive, and dripping with character. Imagine this one restored, red paint, chrome wire wheels, and that open-air roadster feel. 5. 1960 Ford F100. And rounding out this half, we've got a true workhorse, a 1964 Ford F100 short box truck. It's showing 85,900 original miles, powered by a straight 6 with a manual transmission, and the seller says it runs and drives. No rust, clean title, and a perfect candidate for either a V8 swap or a period-correct restoration. You could easily see this one hauling vintage bikes, tools, or just turning heads at a local meet. For $2 grand flat, this F100 is about as honest as project trucks get. 6. 1965 AMC Ambassador, $1,000. Let's start this half with something you don't see every day, a 1965 AMC Ambassador for just $1,000. It's got the inline 6 with a 3-speed Borg-Warner automatic, and while it doesn't run right now, the body is surprisingly straight and rust-free. The glass is all good except for a cracked windshield, and even the tires still hold air. Sure, the interior needs help, but it's complete enough to bring back to life. A rare full-size AMC sedan that's solid, simple, and ready to be saved. Not bad for a car that could easily disappear if someone doesn't step up soon. Next up, 1967 Mercedes-Benz 200. Now here's a classy little time capsule, a 1967 Mercedes 200, the kind of car you'd picture parked outside a 1960s cafe in Europe. The body's straight, the chrome trim still shines, and while the engine doesn't run, it's all there. The seller says it'll need new floor pans, but for $1,800, this is a piece of Mercedes history that's begging for restoration. It's one of those builds that could go either way, patina cruiser or full-on showpiece, and either direction you'd still have something timeless. Next up, 1957 Buick Special 4-door. Stepping back even further in time, check out this 1957 Buick Special, nearly complete and priced at $1,500. Yeah, it's got rust in the floorboards and the engine's condition is unknown, but everything else seems to be there, from the chrome trim to the glass and even some spare taillight parts. It rolls easily, comes with a clean title, and would make a great base for either a resto mod or an all-original restoration. Cars like this don't come around often, and even if it just donates its parts to keep another 50s Buick alive, that's a worthy mission. Next up, 1968 GMC Custom Camper. And yes, it's got its original 327 V8 still under the hood. This one's been stored in a garage for 20 years, and while it doesn't run, the drivetrain's all there, with the intake manifold just removed. You'll need a trailer and some time in the garage, but there's something about these old GMCs, rugged, dependable, and full of charm once they're cleaned up. At $1,455, this is an old hauler worth saving. And closing out this list, we've got a true beast, a 1976 Jeep Cherokee 4x4. Under the hood, there's a 360 V8, and it actually runs and drives, though it's got a few issues, like a leaky radiator, a missing second gear, and a tire transfer case. Used as an old plow rig, this thing's rough around the edges but still full of potential. You could rebuild it, part it out, or combine it with that 78 J20 pickup the seller's offering. Either way, it's a genuine old-school Jeep that's earned its scars. And there you have it, 10 forgotten classics just waiting for someone to bring them back to life. Which one would you rescue first? Drop your pick in the comments, and if you love hunting for affordable project cards, hit that like button and subscribe for more weekly finds. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.